I'm Kaye Spivey. It's been a hot minute since I last just checked in to do a video like this. A lot has happened. I think you've probably seen I went to Singapore. That was incredible. That was the best trip I've had. I mean, I haven't had a trip in years. So I haven't been outside the country since 2016 when I went to Japan. And yeah, it was really, really nice. I had a really good time. Many things have happened. My camera died. I've been using my phone for a while, and I think for the time being, I'm making it work. I'm liking it. So who knows if I'm gonna be getting another camera in the future. I just thought it's about time. I just kind of talked about how the year's been. We're moving into 2023 now, currently. It's coming right now. So it just seemed like the appropriate time to just get it all out there and just talk about what the year's been like, what I'm planning on for next year. Yeah, let's just catch up for a hot second, shall we? I keep saying hot second. The main thing is I've really had a K-pop year. I just have been head over heels for K-pop. It's such a vast, nuanced genre that I knew nothing about, 2 years ago, nothing. And now I'm deep in it, you guys. I'm so deep. I'm catching up with the new releases. I'm getting into the deep cuts. I'm having so much fun on my other channel. I have a second channel that's just for reactions to K-pop videos, and we're going deep. And I've been really looking at it from a poetry perspective and getting really interested in translation work and the different ways different meanings mean different things, and really falling in love with some different lyricists in K-pop. I mean, I did a whole video over here about RM from BTS, but there's IU, amazing musicians in One We. I'm falling in love with some groups for their lyrics. It's been so cool. I mean, RM's album Indigo, breathtaking. From a poetry standpoint, it's an outstanding album. I've been blown away. I've been so into music lately, guys. I haven't done a lot of writing. That is the kind of writing that this channel is kind of about. I mean, I guess I released a poetry collection. Bottle of Stars came out this year, and I did no promotion work whatsoever for it. There's 2 videos on my channel. That's it. But I'm super proud of how this turned out. This was kind of deep cut for me. This was kind of the dark side of poetry that I don't always share with everyone, that I don't always want my family to read. I put a warning in the beginning, hoping they wouldn't read it, and then my mom found out about it and bought it anyway for shame mother. It was supposed to be a secret from you in particular. This was a lot of poetry that meant a lot to me, that it didn't feel had particular homes, or I didn't feel I could string together this way and then was able to, and I really felt good about that. But in terms of just things I've written this year that are marketable, sellable things. Oh, Toph is here, and she is digging her claws into my knees. How dare! I was looking back at my resolutions from last year. You know how many in this same old notebook? You know how many pages I wrote last year? 2 pages in this. I haven't touched this notebook in the past year. The only thing in it is my resolutions and 2 poems, and that's pretty much it. And then I tried to write some resolutions for this year, and I was like, what am I gonna say? It's just been such a different year than the other years for this channel, kind of. Let me just go through what my resolutions were last year. Last year we were planning to move. That completely fell through. The market has gotten better, but we just sort of made the space we live in work for us better. We got new carpets, we painted all of the walls. Actually, that's the main thing, is I've been working at what should I just say? I work at IKEA now. Working there has really, really changed and opened my mind, I guess, to the idea of spending money up front in order to make your life easier for yourself, in order to make your space work and to make you happy in the space that you have. Putting in a little bit, if you're man, that thing is $40, and yeah, it would make it easier to do the dishes and make me not hate doing the dishes, but it's $40. I don't really need it. There is an awful lot of value in just doing that. You know what makes your house totally different? A new coat of paint. and like cheers you up. It makes it just look a lot nicer. New coat of paint. You know what has completely changed my life and made it so much nicer to not just like worry about needing to vacuum on my days off and then like hating how the carpet looks and feeling dingy because of it? A robot vacuum. The investment, humongous up front. Just like different organizational things. Like I just got an under like a cabinet, like a little tiny drawer set thing that goes like under my bathroom sink. And I just sat down one day, got a label maker, labeled drawers, organized all of our meds. And you know what we're not doing anymore? Not being able to find our medicine and then going out and buying more of it when we don't need it, and then having a whole bunch of expired meds in the house. Like, it's super easy. I did that one time over the summer. It has stayed beautiful under our sink. It was so easy. And I'm just like, all of these things I could just do one time. And there's so much value in that. Other things that are so nice. I've probably even said this before, like just to make like life easier for yourself. Like making a batch of cookies, and I realize I don't even do this as much anymore just because I can't, the cookie situation, we're still working on it. I think I may be able to use coconut oil though and get cookies that taste similar to how I want. So I'm working in that direction. But okay, that aside, making cookie dough, rolling everything up into balls and putting that in the freezer so you can have just like 2 or 3 fresh cookies when you want them. That is so good, okay? Not having a bunch of cookies go stale because you're the only one eating them. Getting to have a hot, fresh cookie, fresh out of the oven whenever you want it. That is the way to live your life, okay? Making just little things make life so, so much easier. You go for those things, okay? Don't let your head tell you like, oh, $100 is too much. Like $1,000 is too much. Like it really might be. If you can swing it and it's going to improve your quality of life, sitting around and thinking about it for 2 or 3 years is not the way to go, okay? Be happier now. I think that's the main thing. Like, we need to be happier in the present, you guys. We need to be happier now in the time we have, the short life we have before the apocalypse takes us over. Like, the earth won't last forever and we won't last forever. Like, life is so fleeting. We need to be happier now. And I think I'm learning the value of that. And I'm learning the value of organizing your space to accommodate that. So it's not just like a never-ending string of chores and work and pressure and depression. Getting anxiety medication has changed my life. It just makes it, all my anxiety meds even do. And they're like as needed. All they even do is like stop the thought spirals. So it's just like I stop just endlessly like going down the toilet, and just suddenly it's like I can like one track mind it. I can like focus on something and everything is like clear paths rather than just spirals. And my heart rate just slows down. And that is so valuable. It's so helpful. Like it just is making life a lot easier. And if you haven't gone to a doctor for some medication, I'll just tell you, I told my mom about it. She got some medicine and had a flight for the first time that didn't freak her out. I use it when I take a flight. It's like I can take a flight, but I am a nervous wreck. And now I just take a flight and it's great. It's so nice to just make life easier for yourself. And it's one of those things where like, you can preach it all you want and you can hear someone else do it. But when you start doing it for yourself, you're like, 'tis the way. Anyway, that's what I've learned this year. Okay, that was just the first thing. We did not move to a new house. Read a book every month. Just so as you know, the only thing I've read in the last year, pretty much, I've read a few things here and there. A few things. A couple of poetry books. This Is How You Lose the Time War. Just a few scattered books here and there. And I've started a ton of books. You know what I'm reading in like voracious quantities? Like staying up till 3 a.m.? Fan fiction. We're back to fan fiction. I'm back to being 12. We're back to fan fiction. I love it, okay? It's just what my heart needs, and there are some really talented people writing some really incredible, deep, moving stories, and they're not all even finished. They're just like so provocative and so well thought out, and it's making me want to write like provocative, well thought out things and not stress about it. That's the real thing. Like, I don't have to like read a book and be stressed, or like write a story and be stressed in a way that like this isn't sellable, or this isn't like this, I have to learn so much in order for this to like work. Instead, it just like it just is as it is. It's writers talking to writers and just enjoying writing and all of the cool things you can do with writing and not necessarily having to make, you know, a finished product out of it. And somehow it's just like the most liberating thing, and I'm really enjoying it. Just, you know, scrolling through a good old AO3 and just what does my heart want today? Who's written it? And you discover some people who are just like, you're so talented. And I'm so glad that you're just out here sharing that. And I'm so sad that like whatever you're doing in your daily life that you like weren't able to finish this is like probably taking away from your creative spirit a little bit. Like it's keeping you away from this that you were really good at. And I got to appreciate it, and you got, and it, you know, made me think of new things and made me a better writer in a way because I got to read those amazing things you wrote. And it's so sad it's never gonna be finished, but at the same time, like I feel bad that the life you have is like dragging you away from something like this. And it's sad that we can't all just, you know, exist to write and share with each other. Wouldn't that be so nice? But published poetry manuscript, I did achieve, and I feel like I should get 2 points for that one because bam, it's there. It wasn't the one I intended to, but I published it, and I think it turned out pretty good. Okay. I haven't heard that much feedback because I have not really like promoted it at all. But I have a new one. If you liked my other 2, this one's darker. I'll be warned going in. It deals with the stages of grief. So some of those stages aren't pretty. None of those stages are really pretty. Take a class to learn Korean. I didn't like take a formal class, but I took several different YouTube classes. It's really hard to learn a language when you suck at it, to teach yourself a language, but I did put in enough effort that I'll give myself a check mark for that. And I have been picking up tons of phrases, just from the quantity of K-pop I've been watching, and dramas and movies somewhat, but just like a ton of K-pop. I'm so obsessed, you guys, with a lot of different groups. You want to talk about K-pop? You come over here. Who are you into, okay? Tell me your favorite K-pop groups. Let's just talk. You want to know mine? Should we talk? This is my channel. I can do what I want. Obviously, BTS started it, and Mamamoo because their talent is through the roof. I got into Dreamcatcher because people on my other channel were telling me I should, and they are the most lovely fandom. I love the Dreamcatcher fandom. They are wonderful. I really like Stray Kids. I went to the concert. Oh, that's what I did this year. I went to the Stray Kids concert. Oh, that was so cool. Love Stray Kids. They're a lot of fun. I got into One We is the name of the group. They play their own instruments. They write incredible lyrics, just phenomenal. Got into IU. Her lyrics, next level beautiful. You want to cry some? How about you read some IU lyrics when she's singing them? Floor you, absolutely floor you. B2B is another one. Unbelievable lyricist. Also, the funniest guys. When I watched Kingdom, B2B stood out like crazy because they were just very funny and normal people. Loved it. Who else am I super into? I'm getting into Twice. Oh, Le Sserafim debuted this year. Girl group under the same label as BTS. Phenomenal dancers. They're hysterical. I love them. They have a phenomenal group dynamic. I'm just like falling in love with all of these different K-pop groups. Okay, those are my tops right now. Those are my tippy tops. I probably even left some people out who I am obsessed with, but those are my like my big ones. My ones that I've been watching all of their like when they release, I'm there. Okay, those are my bigs. Probably missing somebody who I really love, and it'll come to me later, and I'll be like, oh, but. Anyway, bake more often with dairy free. I ended up baking an apple pie. I've been doing a lot of cobblers and things like that. Cobblers have been big for me this year. I've been really away from cookies, but I've been doing some bread again and trying to keep my sourdough starter alive. It's getting harder and harder to do. It's a little bit easy to die. Work on the circuit rewrite. I didn't get around to circuit. I started writing some crack fan fiction, and that has taken up a lot of time. Do not go looking for it. It's not under my normal name, and it's not. I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing my fan fiction. I'm just writing a lot of it. Weekly YouTube videos. Actually, not here with you guys. I'm so sorry, but on my other channel, I've been posting 3 videos a week quite regularly, skipping very few days for an entire year. So check mark on that. I've been doing excellent over there. It's a lot. I'm having so much fun. Just reacting and like talking about lyrics apparently is my jam. This is what I have always wished to do. It's so much fun. Exercise regularly. I've been putting in a lot of effort this year, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job. So I'm giving myself that. Focus on quality work over quantity. I don't know that I can give myself that. I don't think I haven't been putting out as much. I haven't been, consuming even as much. I've been, I guess in a way I'm looking for quality, but it's not in the way that like marketably would be quality. Like I'm reading great stories, but they're not books. I'm writing some things I'm super pumped about, but it's fan fiction. So I don't know if I can give myself that one for those reasons, but to me it's been more fun than it has been in the past. And I feel like I'm not just pushing out content for this channel either. This channel has grown a lot. There are a lot more people here. I guess some real random comments on some real little videos, and I don't always feel comfortable looking in the comments. If I miss your comments for like ages and ages, I do it on my other channel too, actually. I'm no good at commenting back right away. But if I like skip them for a long time, I can't always look at the comments over here. Every now and then I get like a random weirdo. And some people are like super aggressive. And I mean, like, if they're really bad, I just block them, obviously. But yeah, some people be weird. And this channel's growing, and I'm glad. But it almost feels like I worked so hard for so long. And then as soon as I stepped back and was like, well, I guess you could just out, suddenly it was like, boom. And now the channel is much bigger. And I don't know what to put here anymore. I feel like I just want to put things when I feel like them. And again, like quality over quantity, I'm gonna put out things when I feel like it. You're just gonna get some random stuff over here. If you want something with like a formula, where we're talking about poetry, but it's all in Korean and to song lyrics, that would be on my other channel now. Things that are more like educational kinds of things I was never as into. I don't know. I'm gonna put things over here. I'm gonna continue to run this channel the way I always have, okay? This is about the things I want to put up when I want to put them up, and I'm trying my best, but like, I don't know. I feel bad when people like reach out to me as though I'm like a content creator and can like help them with things or like want to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm not good at it. And I see every now and then I check back in on social media and I'll see that maybe someone has like messaged me and it's been, hidden because I have all of my notifications for everything always turned off. And I'll see it and it'll be really old. And it's like, should I reach out to the person now or like offer the advice they're asking or like thank them for whatever they're trying to send me that's super, super old at this point, or just acknowledge that I almost was never going to see it except for something weird. Like if you message me on Facebook, that page is dead. I don't go there. If you go on Twitter, I haven't been on Twitter a long time. I'm not on those media platforms anymore. If you're on Instagram and you're trying to DM me, I don't check my messages for my friends. Just so you know, I rarely see those. I'm not checking the, hey, you, thank you. I'm not checking the other tab, okay? I'm not checking the ones that were like from people I don't know. So those are just gonna sit there, and then occasionally I'll go through and be like, I don't know you though, exit. It's like slide in my DMs. And emailing me. I don't know. I'm so bad at this, you guys. I'm so bad at the whole like marketing yourself version, this like content creator version of what like you're supposed to be on the internet and what like in order to be a creative on the internet you have to have all of this platform. Like I'm so bad at it. I hate it so much. And I worked so hard on it for so many years, and this year I just sort of was like, I try to like be as honest as possible about like how I feel about a lot of stuff. There's just like there's so many ways in which like I would love to be a mentor, and I would love to help people, and I would love to encourage people. And some of the time I don't have time for it, and some of the time I don't have like the mental capacity for it. And a lot of it is like, like I feel bad about it, and I'm really sorry to people who like I've dropped the ball on or I just have never reached back out to again. But it's like, I'm not getting paid for this, you guys. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not making money on this channel. This channel doesn't get enough watch hours in order to be monetizable. And that's just kind of the reality of it. The videos that are very, very popular are very, very short. I don't make videos regularly enough. I don't do like clickbaitable content. I don't do videos where like a lot of people are watching at any given time. So you know, what I'm making is just what I want to over here. I'm not getting paid for it. I really dropped the ball on my Patreon too. I'm really sorry about that. I had a lot of plans to do a lot of content, and the people who were over there were phenomenal. And for a while, I was really keeping up with it, but kind of their interest seemed to die, or at least it appeared to me to die, and then I just let it fade away. So if you are interested in continuing to support me, I really appreciate it. It's still up. And if you reach out to me, I will still provide the services that are listed there. But you kind of have to do the groundwork on that one with that, because I just let go of some of those things where it's just like, you know, you can struggle really, really hard for a really, really long time and not get anywhere. And at some point it's like, well, what are the things I actually like love and make me happy? And you know what makes me happy? Doing K-pop reactions. But I also could monetize that channel. In under a year of that channel, it was fully monetizable. And this one, it isn't, and it's never going to be. Like, poetry is something I love, but it's not something that is just wildly popular. It's not something that's just like blow up, make tons of money kinds of things. Like, I'd do better if I just like Twitch streamed video games, right? That's not necessarily what I want either. Like, I just want to do something I enjoy, and like I'm able to bring that interest in poetry and that love for just this writing over into a different genre with a different audience and a more engaged audience, and talk about things that I love. Fandoms are so much, like, there's plenty of toxic people there, but there's tons of toxic people sliding into my comment section over here too, okay? Poetry community is not safe, you guys. It's just not. It's got a lot of people who are real toxic, and it reminds me why I really hated hanging out with like poetry groups when I was in college, because my goodness, some of you are not fun to be friends with, and some of you are amazing to be friends with. And you know, we've all got lives, and I'm kind of sad that like some of the like friend groups I was cultivating, a lot of us kind of had other things going on and are doing other things. And I'm so sorry if I'm doing this under here. Like, if you see these moving, that's me freaking out. It's hard to be long distance friends with people. It's hard to be friends, almost like business friends, the way you are when you're YouTube friends. And it's just like some of you are like really cool. And I'd love to get, like, if you ever want to do anything, let me know. But like, I'm not going to be the one facilitating it probably on this channel, unless something comes up and it just seems like tons and tons of fun. Yeah, so moving forward, let's talk about my New Year's resolutions. I haven't finished them. I've got like 3 more to go. It's gonna be kind of the same things. Like, I like to do weekly videos, but not necessarily on this channel. I want to write every week, but it doesn't have to be something I'm planning on selling or even showing anyone. Like, I'd like to get back to writing in this notebook and maybe finish this. Well, let's put that on here. Finish this notebook. Okay, that's number 8 now. Do National Poetry Month. I would like to write more poetry this year. Finish the fanfics I've started. I've got 2 good ones going, you guys. 2 good ones. They gotta get done. They're very in-depth. Revisit Circuit, because I feel like story still has my heart. And I know I really ran myself into the ground trying to get an agent for it, and maybe it's not the kind of thing that's marketable, but I love that story. It's the kind of story I'd want to be reading if I were reading that kind of genre. Yeah, I want it. I want other people to want it. Maybe it's almost time to put it up on Wattpad, or like shoot my shot one more time with agents and then put it up on Wattpad or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just put up a chapter and see if I can bait people in, right? We'll see. Create systems to make chores easier, to keep the house clean. I'm working on that too. We're getting there. Oh, that's another thing. Make Toph and Korra get along. We're back to kind of square one and slow introductions, and we're working on it. That's another thing. Buying more things to try and like figure this thing out, because yeah, the 2 of them still can't be in the same room. But we're gonna get there. I have to keep Faith alive. She's been here for a year now. Toph came a year ago, and she and Korra will have to be friends at some point. We'll see. Focus on my own needs and health more. Yeah, and then there's just one left, one open space, because I like to do 10. So I haven't chosen my 10th one yet, so we'll see what it's gonna be, but I wanted to definitely get this video done so I would be able to upload it before the new year started. It's one of those like transition points in my life. But I'm not gonna be going anywhere because I was never doing this channel. I think I started this channel trying to like prove something to myself. And when that thing wasn't really like provable, it was still such a learning opportunity. Like I've learned so much like about how to film and tricks for that and how to edit video, and in general there's like so much I've learned and so many things that I've like done differently that I've never would have done if I hadn't done this channel, and different appreciations I have for things and different things that I've learned from trying to be in the authortube community and really pushing poetry. And I didn't mean that like all poetry community is really toxic, because people who write poetry and people who love to write and read poetry, like there's so much beauty in it and there's so much good in it, and it just happens there's a bit of a toxic community under the surface, and it was like that's true for K-pop too. And I think those fans are louder just because that genre is louder. Poetry's quiet, and the toxicity is also quiet. The wonderful people, like some of you are the sweetest people I've ever met. There are a few of you who like I'll scroll through, and if I see your comments, I will answer much more quickly. If I catch them, if I come in, I look for them, because some of you are just the nicest people I've ever met. Some of your comments just absolutely make my day. And so I'm not going anywhere. Like I'll be here, I'll be on this channel, I'll be continuing to run Kaye Spivey. But like it's always been a pen name, and there'll always be content. It's just this isn't maybe like the main focus or anything. I'm not trying to get to the point where I'm selling something, I guess. I'm bad at business. I'm bad at business, and I'm admitting it, and I'm not going to try and be good at business just because I should be. Like there has to be a point in which the world rebalances again, and creative people are allowed to just do that and not have to make money for other people. Not put our energy towards making money for other people, and just put our love into the craft that we want and live with enough on the side, and maybe not make anyone else any money, and maybe just keep the little pennies that we get to ourselves and give out the work in the time that we've got. Like maybe that's okay sometimes for some people. And like I always thought I was gonna have a creative job by this point. I was gonna live a creative lifestyle, and it's like I don't live in a country where it's all that possible. Like I've got to have a job, I've got to have an income coming in steadily, I've got to have healthcare benefits, and so I'm doing something that I don't have to like think too hard about, and I kind of like it. There are ups and downs, and I'm just learning how to make the life I have work now in my 30s, rather than struggle towards a life that maybe I was never able to get in the first place. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too deep. Maybe RM has been rubbing off on me with this Indigo album. Like if you haven't, Wildflower by RM, deeply recommend. Deeply recommend to you. Watch it with the subtitles on. As a lover of poetry, I think it's stunning. And with that, I'm going to read you a poem that I wrote the day before my birthday this year that seemed applicable. It's one of the only things that I wrote in this notebook in this last year. So here we go. Here's the last poem that I will read for you in 2022. And just like that, you lose another year of your life. The candle drips slowly but burns fast, shrinking at both ends. Just like that, the world turns, the only one you're riding on. How do I stop the ride but not get off? I just want to sit here for a while. I just want to be gifted a little extra time. Happy New Year. Happy Water Rabbit Year for 2023. I hope you're doing really well. I hope any of what I'm talking about makes sense. I hope I fix whatever's going on here with this one hair that wants to sit in front of my face. And I hope you stay happy and stay healthy. And good luck to you. Good luck to all of us. Bye.